Hello, traders. It's E from MarketWizards.com and eMiniWizard.com. And it's Friday afternoon, about an hour left to go in the session. I'll take a minute to just show you a couple of things that a few people have asked me about our system. And a quick reminder that you should use risk capital you can afford to lose if you are playing this game. A tricky business where you can make some fast and you can also lose it very fast. All right, let's take a look at a few ideas, and thanks for coming in to take a look, and of you who are listening. Let's start with the obvious, which is I had suggested make sure you are paid coming into the 12 to 15. That's based on the daily chart, our intraday Globex chart, and I thought a 3-box move, if we could get above the 02s, would take us to this level, which is actually a retest of these prior lows. And this is clearly our fighting box right now, and then the resistance box above and the support box below when we're using a 3-box system like this. And this is an adaptation off of the Darvis method. So on this system, anybody that's had a good poke should want to get profits taken, and that should cause a little bit of a bleed back, and that's why I thought should be paid by 12s to 15s. So that's where the 12 comes from on this chart. And I've got a few workspaces, but this is one of my primary ones. And if we're looking at obviously the weeklies, we can see where the 15 comes from. You've got to get back up above that. And I believe that's the next resistance zone above the 12s. And normally I find once we sit and have a strong day on the bounce back, you really have to work hard to get up above that second box. So that's my premise right now. That's resistance. And anybody that's taking one last nibble short side, obviously I'm not thinking it's for a home run. I think the low is in for the day, as I said earlier. And these 22s are going to be our resistance as far as I can see. And that would be the top of a 3-box move. And that would also correspond with the middle for the day. Monthlies. New low has been set, took out the prior low, a little washout, and then bounce, and you've got to get above 18 basis the monthlies. So that also is a key idea going into the close. And it should be profit taking time. I don't believe that shorting after a good week is a great idea. If your work is done, put your stuff aside, relax. You've earned the right. You don't have to fight every minute of the day. And this is what I call protect profit time. All right, here was that 81. Realistically, this 18 up here, beginning of the top zone that held. We're not able to get back up substantially above this 59 and hold it. Double top in here again, and then when we broke, we opened up the door to come down and obviously test the bottom of this range. So currently, and I stick the green circle down here, and this was the fighting range, and then this would be the resistance. But now that we're up into this box, we have the right to move this up and say, okay, that's resistance. This is our fighting box basis this scale. And I look at all of them. And then this one, our support box for now. So you got to break back below the 01s, 02s here to penetrate. If not, this is the current box that we're fighting. And I do like the idea once we get a sharp sell that we get profit-taking swing. We did not get any profit-taking swing at lunch. We had continuation at lunch. So that means we should get the contra in the afternoon. At least that's the way I look at it. Angel set back here, 92.75. Here's our angel in here, bouncing. And a lot of times this will be a retest of a break of a prior angel, which that is right there. So that 15, you've got to bust that zone, as I've said. Here's a look at a 15-minute of beauty. Got above, couldn't hold it, took off underneath the blue line. The slope line came back, couldn't get above our slope line, and down we go. There's a little head fake up here. And if you're looking at your 30s, which I was, that also suggested that we probably would not go very far on the bounce this morning. But it was dicey until we really took off at lunchtime because it was a range type trade. And then all of a sudden, the dynamics changed. And this you can put on a 5 too if you want, but 15 is our base chart. And you can just see how this adhered to the umbrella trade, and then you get some pretty sharp snaps in an umbrella trade. I've had the 3-minute chart on since this morning. We migrate to a 5 usually a little bit later in the day, but I like that because it really showed the character of this move. And then here's your 5. So at this point, anybody that's long side, I would suggest obviously gravy above the 11 to 12 area and make sure you get paid. Friday afternoon, I like to get it done and not give it all back because you're trying to be a pig. And basis the RTH chart, which I'm looking at, and obviously a 456 trade in play, 50 back is going to get you to the 18s. So pretty good size bounce from the lows, and good time for everybody who is long to make sure you paid and move stops up. That's a look at the things that I've been looking at and where these ideas come from. And anybody who is trying to short now at the end of the day, make sure you don't give back a handful of your profits. You should be sitting back and relax. But anybody long side, again, I'm suggesting using our system, paid for sure coming into this retest back in here where the breakdown was. Reminder to use risk capital you can afford to lose. Thanks for listening. I hope you had a good day. If you have questions and would like to give me a holler, more than happy to talk shop with you. All right, be well and have yourself a great weekend.